What's up, guys? I'm Friends of Clay, and you're watching Music Enthusiasts.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Music Enthusiasts, and today I'm so glad to be joined by Friends of Clay. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm great. It's not the nicest outside, it's raining, so this really makes my day so much better.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. Where are you guys from?
I am in Montreal right now. What about you?
I'm in California, like Los Angeles.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like 85 right now. We're so spoiled over here.
I could imagine. It seems so nice there.
Yeah.
And you are releasing your album tomorrow, so how are you feeling?
I'm really excited. I'm releasing my first debut album, and I'm also started a TV show that I'm going to be releasing with every track for the album, and it's coming tomorrow, April 16th. I'm really excited.
Amazing. Yeah, we're going to talk about the album, we're going to talk about the TV show, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So first question, I guess a really basic one right now. How have you been with like everything happening in the world?
I think it was really rough when it first hit because the studios all shut down. So I was doing a lot of studio work before, and that kind of stopped my job. But it also allowed me to like get into my own project and start doing my solo thing, which I never thought it would be this good, but it like really worked out for me. And I think the pandemic let me be creative and like isolated and like come up with these ideas in my room and kind of just drift off into an alternative universe, because obviously the world was so tough, in the beginning.
So glad you found like a way to be creative, like no matter what. It's so
Yeah,
good.
you have to. Thank you.
Like I said before, the self-titled debut album is being released tomorrow. So I heard it. It's amazing. The full body of work is like finally like a full introduction to you and your music. So like, do you feel that way too?
Yeah, I've been like releasing single like every month or two, so it's really nice to finally be able to put out like the whole project as a whole and like actually give the fans a little bit more of the music side, which is like my favorite thing to do. And a lot of the songs I've been like recorded 4 or 5 years ago, so I was able to finally put like some older tracks on the record that like showed another side of my music, which I was really happy about. But I'm really excited that I was finally be like able to put 10 tracks out.
Like you said before, like this was a long time in the making. So were there some tracks that didn't make it onto the record?
There's at least 5 to 10 tracks that I don't think made the final cut, but I mean, they're gonna find a way onto the next records. And so like, I'll always tease them and like show them throughout and see if people, like really want them. I can always do singles, release them after the record. But yeah, we're just really excited about this. And like the 10 songs, I think is like a really good cohesive project, and they all kind of like go into each other really well and tell a good story.
Yeah, they really do, especially how it ends off with a song called Friends of Clay. I thought
Yeah.
that was really cool.
Yeah, the like punk rock song. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is. Which songs were the easiest and the hardest to make?
There's a song on my record called Bloody Eyes. It's like a folk kind of acoustic track. And I remember like a year or two ago, I was writing it, and I think I wrote that song in like 45 minutes. It just kind of came to me, which was really cool. Because sometimes like as an artist, like you try to draw inspiration and like come up with things, and that one just happened to just go, out and feel really good. I think the hardest song on the record to produce was probably We Can Work It Out, which is going to be my newest single, like from the record that we're promoting. But that one, like, it took a lot of time. There's a lot of production in there. So I think it took a couple months to record.
I can't wait for the whole project to be out. It's going to be so great.
Me too. Thanks, Sarah.
So you are also a claymation artist. You could see like your little background, your little setup in the background. It's super dope.
Yeah.
And you incorporate them, music and claymation together. So was that always your idea to do so?
I think it was originally like right when the pandemic started, and I was like, okay, I can't film music videos. I got to figure out a way to like put visuals. I think music and visuals is like the most important thing nowadays. I think I would have like back in the 90s, I would have loved to be a band that just toured and put out music every 6 months. And that kind of would have been the artist I would have been. I would have liked to just be in the studio for, 15 hours a day. But nowadays with social media and TikTok and reels and all this stuff, you have to have an identity visually. So I developed I've always loved claymation, but I never knew how to do it. And I just was like, I'm gonna learn, watched some YouTube videos. I've been filming my whole life, so the camera work was really easy, but the learning the technique was tough. But it just came to me, and like it was trial and error. And like after a year of doing, like, this is like my 6th project now for the start of my record, I like feel very comfortable and like I know what I'm supposed to do.
Well, you're great at it. Like I watched like, a music video of yours, and it's like
they're cool, right? They're like, it works with the music. It's like interesting.
It literally does, and it's so awesome.
Yeah.
So your name is also Clay. Your stage name is Clay, Friends of Clay.
Yeah.
And you create Claymation. I thought that was like
a little pun, yeah.
So what sort of like came first? Obviously your name did, but like
that one came first in 1992, and then Friends of Clay had nothing to do with claymation. So I first came up with Friends of Clay. It was a song title, which is the closing to my record. And I kind of wrote it back in, I think 2016 and that was 6 years ago. And I think that song was just kind of talking about some fake friends I was dealing with, and like kind of the play on like Friends of Clay, and they're like molding in their own way. It was like kind of where the play was. And then my name's Clay Priskorn, and I've been going by that name for a long time, but telling people, hey, look up my music, it's Clay Priskorn, they would be like, I don't know how to spell your last name. And I always was like, that's really frustrating. So I'm like, Friends of Clay works. And then I was like, I gotta try claymation. And that side just took off in my brain. So it just worked out perfectly. And I also have like friends that come and join me on stage and play music. So just like all the friends, are welcome.
Amazing. Yeah. I love how it all connects together. It's so awesome.
Yeah, funny. Thanks.
And about claymation again, like how long does it take to make one music video?
Music videos take about a month and a half to do. Wow. If I really do a bunch of different locations and set design. Some videos like my What Percent Are Monsters, that one took about a week because it was just like one set location, and I just shot it all in like 3 or 4 days, didn't go to bed really, and then just edited. But like this new stuff I'm doing is taking like 2 to 3 weeks to just make the videos, and then editing about 3 or 4 days. Wow. It takes a good amount of time, but it's worth it. It's tough, but it's worth it.
It definitely is. Like your hard work pays off, and like I know I saw on TikTok like one of your sets caught on fire.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So was that like the most dangerous thing that has happened during like a claymation process?
Yeah, I filmed that at my parents' house because I don't really have a backyard at my new place. So I had my dad there with the hose so that it wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, that I definitely didn't plan on the set of fire falling down on my camera, which, I got it for the shot. I did it for the Vine, and it worked. So we're all good. But yeah, that was the most dangerous. Claymation gets crazy, it's just wild. But yeah, that was probably the most dangerous. It was fun though.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't too dangerous in the end, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad my camera's okay. That's the only thing that matters.
And yourself, but yeah.
And myself, but mostly the camera. Didn't want to lose the shot.
Can we also talk about Quinn County Convicts? That is a TV show, and I think the idea is so dope.
Yeah, so Quinn County Convicts is going to be like an interactive TV show with my album. They're going to go like hand in hand. So the every episode, so there's 10 singles or 10 songs on my album, and then there's 10 episodes, and every character from every song will have its own separate backstory and how they ended up in this prison.
Oh my God.
So they're all going to be connected somehow. And it sounds crazy. It's like a little like my imagination is going. I don't know if it makes full sense, but every episode will have its character to the single, and then you'll see it in the album.
That is so cool. That sort of reminds me of like Orange Is the New Black. I don't know if you ever watched
it. Yeah. Oh, I love Orange. Yeah.
Yeah, like they
exactly.
develop every character, and I think that's so cool.
Yeah, they all have their own little thing, and they end up there. I mean, I have a season 2 planned. I don't have the second record wouldn't be ready yet, but like I'm just building the backstories right now to be able to, you know, continue it.
Amazing. I cannot wait to see it. So how did you
Yeah.
come up with the idea?
I think I've just loved prison movies my whole life. I love mob movies. I love Tarantino and Scorsese films, and Shawshank is like one of my favorite movies. So I just thought it would be, I was thinking how to like combine all the characters like together, and where could they go to like survive together. And I thought maybe a prison would be interactive and cool, and how would they escape. And my whole plan would be they would go to prison together, and then at the end of the second season they would like escape into their music videos, and they kind of have their own world out there, but then they could all come together in one for the record.
That's so cool.
Thanks. Yeah, so that was my idea.
So your music videos are amazing. They're some of the best
Sure.
I personally have ever seen. They're so creative.
Thank you.
They're full of like hard work, obviously, and it totally pays off. So I switched this question just for you. If you could live in one of your music videos, which one would it be?
I love that question. So like I wouldn't live in the monsters one because it's a cabin in the woods. It scares me. Growing up's like kind of like this weird black and white world. It's okay. And then, but I think I'd go to the Live in Time, which is like a casino, crazy Wild West.
Yeah.
It just seems like the most fun, and it's just the weirdest characters. And there's like a dinosaur with a suit on and weird hair. So I'd probably just kick it with him.
That's a great choice.
That's where I would go. Yeah.
Last question. Do you have any artists you have your eyes on at the moment that you want to share?
I'm like a big Half Moon Run fan.
Mhm.
And so I like Keeping Up. They just have their new record. That's like a band that I really like. But I'm kind of, when it comes to music, I'm like kind of stuck in like this weird 60s psychedelic, like 70s. Like I just am all like, I'm Bowie and I'm the Beatles and I'm like Chuck Berry. I love the old music. I love new music too. Surprisingly, I like a lot of like Kodak Black and like Future, and I do like that type music too. But yeah, I listen to everything. I'm not, you know, no judgment here.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being a part of this. It was
Thanks, Sarah.
talking to you.
Really appreciate it.